Hello friends, today I am going to tell you about the ethics portion, which is one of the most significant part of the civil services mains curriculum, introduced from 2013, and past 5-6 years it is playing quite a vital role in deciding the success of the aspirants. Previously, ethics was simply thought as the part of the moral teachings which we had in our academics. But then, in due course of time, it evolved as a separate discipline which matters a lot in our decision making process, and that is why UPSC has taken it as a serious concern. A complete paper, ethics and integrity, has been introduced from 2013. But then the first question which comes in our mind, what ethics is all about and why we should learn ethics, right? Why we cannot take it so lightly, because we all think that already we have been in due course of our life learning a lot of moral lessons. That's true, my dear friend. Like in our early life, our mentors, our teachers, our parents, so they teach us a lot about moral things, like don't tell lie, don't steal the items or belongings which doesn't belongs to you, don't hurt others. And if you look at a religious aspect, every religion has a lot to do with the ethics or ethical learning. But then, like how we can discriminate the moral philosophy with the morals? Ethics is nothing but the moral philosophy. So if you are looking at something that ethics is something very big or something very different from morality, no, it's not like that basically. Every society, if you look at in a broader perspective, you will find that every society looks at itself in two ways. Many societies have their own, culturally programmed, features that they stick to. Maybe one cultural item of one society may not apply to or having the same sense of meaning in different kind of societies. So if you look at different societies in such a manner that yes, you have differences, we have our own differences. These are the traits which belongs to you, and these are the traits which belongs to us. If you look at two different societies in this manner, this is known as cultural relativism. But then many cultural, see, if you look at the whole, journey of the civilization and, statements of the big age, you will find that there are only two cultural, entities in the globe, pivotal cultural, places. One, they will say from the east, that is India, and from the west, that is the Roman Empire or whatever the Rome. So in that way, if you are an Indian, you may have a kind of feeling that no, arrogance, that we are superior. And if you have such kind of feeling that you are better than others, this is known as, if you look at yourself in that way, this is called as the ethnocentric kind of behavior or feature what you have. But then what ethics is all about, right? In due course of time, we see that there are certain things which work, there are certain things which doesn't work, there are certain things which are really seriously required, there are certain things which are not required. What ethics is all about? Is it all about common sense of morality? Is it something right or wrong behavior? But then ethics, it cannot be denied that ethics has something to do with right and wrong. But then ethics is not all about right and wrong. Ethics is about looking deeper into the moral philosophy. Why this is right and why this is wrong. In what context you are judging. What is your yardstick? What is your parameters on the basis of which you are judging that this is right, this is wrong, right? So ethics is all about, looking the things in a deeper way. So, see, the first thing what, ethics deals with, that if you have some issues, the moral issues, it must be, expressed explicitly. If it is the moral issue, it has to be explicit, right? It has to be very clear, and it has to be established with a very strong argument that what basically you are looking for and what is your context, what is your relevance, in what way you are talking about, right? So the first thing which ethics must have is the clarity of the philosophy, the moral philosophy, and why we are looking for this into the ethics, right? And the second thing, which with ethics, tries to deal with, it is not limited to the ordinary moral thinking. Suppose if we are talking about nuclear deterrence, see, if you are talking about abortion as a global context, if you are looking at, there are certain inhuman things, mob lynching or something like that. So what should be the global parameter, right? If you are talking about communal violence, right? What should be the real, you see, once ethics gone wrong, it becomes the concentration camp of Hitler. So we need to look at this segment very, very seriously, right?